Top of the morning to you.
Like shaking.
It's called withdrawals, you fucking alcoholic.
That's why I'm drinking water.
Yeah, me too.
Bush water.
I was going to try to get Olivia to do a... I might get rid of this virtual background. It's fucking giving me the fucking anxiety.
Yeah. Are we going back to...
Why don't we just go back to regular?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's better. That's better.
I don't know how to go back to regular. Oh, I think this one. Nope. Not this one. Nope.
Just hit the one that has nothing in it.
That one. Here we go.
Well, welcome. We decided to do a little bit of like a week in review. Since we have, yeah. And usually we have like a no plan. And it seems like the ones where we do have a plan, those ones turn out to be shit. So this will be a shitty show.
Yes.
But if you're sitting around, if you're hungover, if you're laying in bed, maybe you're diddling yourself, whatever, you're welcome. My name is Ryan Reynolds, stunt double. Yeah.
Yeah. You were supposed to be Ron Burgundy, I think. But
yeah, I got really sweaty.
Classic Chris is retarded and didn't know that Champ Bailey did the news for the sports. News of the sports. So he did the
whammy.
Yeah, and whammy.
Yeah, so we I don't know, we can go through the news, we can talk about like Daryl's obvious dependency on alcohol, whatever we want to talk about.
Dude, I had a company picnic yesterday.
Company picnics
Free beer,
for
dude.
Moog are too legit.
It was a rage fest. There was 2 enormous lines for beer. And no one was in line for Champ Kind. Yeah. I don't know why fucking Champ Bailey. I was just watching a fucking clip on, and it had the Broncos just before we came on too. Fuck.
I just showed Max highlights of Barry Sanders because Max had a football combine today down here, and that's where everyone is. And I was like, just don't run backwards. Every kid that's new to football, like flag football, if someone's coming towards them, they like bolt the other way. Like just go forwards.
Brady scored a touchdown last night.
Yeah.
And apparently in my my buzzed up state, I was very loud. So I was just taking a dump, my pre-show dump, and I could hear Brady in the living room saying to Krista, he's like, "Can you watch the video? I want to hear Dad yell again. Play that video where Dad's yelling."
You're among 4-year-olds and you hear, "Run, you motherfucker."
All parents get whiplash, turn around to see me sitting there with a 24-ounce fucking cold beer in my hand.
What? Oh, I'm the asshole. Is we watching sports or not?
Yeah. Where's your kid, Dad? Where's he? He ain't here. Yeah. It was a shit show yesterday, but yeah, there was nobody in line for food, and everybody was in line for beer. They literally got beer and got back in line because the lines were that long. People just had conversations walking through the fucking beer lines
at the picnic.
At the picnic, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
but it was blue and blue light. Ugh,
that's tough. The one bar we go to a lot, they don't have Busch Light, but they have like Miller Lite, which used to be my beer choice. Blue Light for some reason, man, not good. It's not my favorite.
No, it's not. And there's so many people drink it, whatever, and it's got a weird fucking aftertaste. To me, it does. I mean, I know people drink that shit like it's their job, and that's fine. But
sure,
I like my beer to taste like water.
I don't like how, and again, like there could be monetary reasons behind it, but to me, if I owned a bar, especially where I live in like rural armpit fucking taint of America, wouldn't you just go, let's get a shitload of Busch Light? I can buy it for $1.50, sell it for $3.50. Why get Miller Lite?
Yeah.
Why do that? I hate that shit.
That shit's terrible.
You gotta fish where there's fish.
And that's the thing too, is like even at Vinny's, they have Busch Light on draft. I'm like, I haven't mentioned it every fucking Friday I'm there. I'm like, will you guys please look into getting this shit in bottles? I swear it'll fly out of here.
Oh,
You can't getting Busch Light in Erie County is almost unheard of.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is very difficult to
like
find.
distributor problems or whatever. Like we can't solve that problem. But what we can do is say, listen, motherfucker, like every bar I go to that has Busch Light bottles, everyone there is drinking Busch Light bottles. The bar I go to on Wednesdays, they got a bunch of different types of beer. It's all good. Every fucking dude there is having Busch Light. Busch Light with a lemon, really good.
Never had it. I don't fruit the beer. So
it's weird how an obvious fruit is like so against fruit.
Again, that was such a low-hanging fruit for you to have.
Meatball right down the middle. Smash. Well, let's just dive in real quick. Want to just do this? And then we'll just go on tangents?
Yeah, I love tangents.
Here's the thing I didn't think about when we talked about doing a news show. Number one, don't ever watch the news. Number two, reading and talking at the same time is difficult for me.
Yes, I was just reading something. Obviously, I couldn't talk because I was.
Yeah.
And did you know that like multitasking is not a thing? Like I listen every night at work.
Connery, everybody.
Between 12 and 5, I think they do John Tesh. He's got a radio show or whatever, so they just kind of pipe in little snippets.
How is he famous?
Wasn't he? He was on Entertainment Tonight, I think, with that sexy ass bitch Mary Hart. She was like the first person to insure her legs for like $1 million or something. She was hot. Anyhow, but he's always got information for your life or whatever it's fun called. And they like debated one night and they were talking about how your brain is literally wired to do one thing at a time. That is all. You can't do two things at once, but you can do two things like simultaneously. So, like you said, walking and chewing gum. Remember you were people, I can't walk and chew gum.
Yeah, it was an old Gerald Ford joke.
Yeah, and they actually were saying the other night at work, they said that walking and chewing gum is good for you and stimulates muscles and something in your brain. But I said, yeah, your brain can only fire at one thing at one time. I'm like,
so my brain then is constantly going, this thing, that thing, this thing, that thing. It's like my brain's like all over the place. I'm not good at
that a lot too.
Let's get into the weekend news real quick. The Inflation Reduction Act. Go ahead.
You want to know what news I'm glad I haven't heard about?
What's up?
Last week at all that wasn't shoved down our throat was that bitch Brittany.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's still there, huh?
Still in jail.
She's still locked up. Won't let me out. Shook dunk.
I wish we could play fucking music clips on this show and not get shut down.
Yeah, we did.
Maybe once we get away from fucking Facebook, because Facebook fucking sucks. Fuck you, Zuckerberg. Fuck you, Standards Committee, whatever the fuck you are, third party bullshit. Fuck off, Facebook.
That drink is all vodka. It's just a little bit of red coloring. Wow. God, reading. This week, the Inflation Reduction Act, seen as
also known as print more money.
Yeah, because everyone knows you can get rid of inflation by spending more. Because that's what we do. Big win for the Democrats. Elizabeth Warren was quoted as saying, "This is a bill that is truly about fighting inflation, bringing down the cost for families, and putting our country in a sounder economic footing." Further remarks by Al Gore, long overdue and a necessary step to ensure the United States takes decisive action on the climate crisis. Weird. That helps our economy and provides leadership for the world by example. Former Secretary of State Larry Summers also said, "This bill is fighting inflation." Let me say it again. It's fighting inflation. Now, it's fine. There's some stuff, and there's some Medicare stuff. Medicare can actually start fighting back against like the cost of prescriptions, which is probably necessary.
Which they won't.
They won't, but it's in there.
Yeah.
President Biden also said, "Dur, me likey sun power, me wanty ice cream. My head is filled with Jello, fart, pee, milk, lemonade around the back.
Bring me a little kid's hair to smell."
That's a direct quote from President Biden. But yeah, so I started digging into it a little bit more. So the approved vehicles tax credit, furthering the benefits of reducing inflation, obviously, and lowering the cost of food for American families starving to death and literally getting priced out of their neighborhoods. The Inflation Reduction Act also provides a much-needed tax incentive for the purchase of pre-approved electric vehicles that were made in America, albeit with mostly foreign parts made by slaves.
I got a
As
question.
stated,
When
what's
you're
up?
done, hurry up. Finish your reading.
Okay.
Your news.
As stated, the White House at the White House, this $7,500 tax credit is just what new vehicle buyers and the younger generation need to buy their first car and avoid the pumps forever. Well, go ahead. Question?
With all this insane inflation we've seen, thanks to our fucking wonderful clown in charge.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Putin.
So the prices went up. Like gas, before the oil even hit here, gas prices went up exponentially so fucking fast it made your head spin.
Sure.
And it was going up 20 cents twice a day. And it got to $4.99, and they never pushed it over $5 here. And that's when they gave us the tax. We didn't have to pay tax on gas.
Yep.
So gas prices now are at like $4.49. So it dropped 50 cents, which literally it took 2 days to go up that fast.
Mm-hmm. So it went up 300%, down 10%.
If that.
Yeah.
But the time frame, like I said, it went up, and it is like barely fucking coming down.
Well, it's only coming down too because guess what's happening right now? Elections.
Yeah. Hey, guess what? And that was the thing too. Is like you follow the fucking news stations on Twitter, and they're like, "Oh, gas prices came down again for the 32nd straight day." Where the fuck is that happening? But they're all like, "Well, Biden's lowering the gas prices." I thought he had no fucking control over it. Pick which side of the fucking fence you're gonna lay on, dickheads. But with everything else being expensive, though, are those prices gonna go back down? Are restaurants gonna all of a sudden decide, say, hey, guess what? Chicken we are getting for $8.99 a pound because of inflation and all this shit. But when inflation goes down, are they gonna lower their prices?
No.
They're not.
Dude,
whatever you're paying right now, don't expect to ever pay less. Nobody is lowering their prices on cars, clothes, food, none of that.
Once they passed this shit, the card manufacturers were like, all right, well, shit, we got to pay an extra whatever. It always passes down to the consumer, no matter what. You can give 100% tax credit to people buying those fucking things. What's up?
I mouthed the words while you were talking because I don't want to talk over you. Fuck you, Adam.
Oh, yeah.
And here's why. Because he said Biden doesn't have control over the gas prices.
Sure.
Yet all the fucking news stations are saying, thanks to President Biden, the gas prices are coming down. That leads everybody to believe that he's got fucking control over bringing the gas prices down.
He does have control on the ability to lessen restrictions and allow people to drill here.
So,
but
another quick tangent. Shout out to my family who's watching. My wife tuned in. I think cousin Brenda's in the house. Now my Aunt Betty is watching. And Aunt Betty, nobody cares about your Wordle score. I know it's been like 12 days since I've told you that on Facebook because I'm in Facebook jail. So you have 19 more days to post your Wordle score before I come back.
So I started to go, okay.
Moving on. Back to the news.
So then they released this, the list of vehicles, right?
What the fuck did I eat last?
Under the guise of first-time home buyers. Is it this one? Yeah. The Inflation Reduction Act will bring down the sticker price of electric vehicles, providing America, which it didn't, they actually increased the sticker price, but whatever. Providing the Americans with tax credits on new and used electric vehicles. This measure could especially help young Americans buy their first car and skip the gas pump forever. Okay, so I thought, okay, all right. But then I wanted to just see the approved vehicles, obviously parts and, lithium and all that kind of shit mined by slaves. Fine, whatever. Blind eye, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's what America
Don't
does.
look behind the curtain. Don't look behind the curtain.
Right before they pass this bill, Pelosi goes to China to do some shit. Why does the Speaker of the House have to fly her skeleton titties to fucking China? Almost start World War fucking III. Yeah, go ahead.
I've never seen a skeleton with titties.
Yeah, no, just
I don't know
watch.
if they don't just have those in like the doctor's office or
No, just Google it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, just Pelosi's titties.
No, well, which one am I Googling? Pelosi's titties or skeleton titties?
Well, she is a skeleton, so I mean, it's one of the same, really. So then I thought, well, let's look at the cost of cars.
15 minutes, you're off the wheels.
I'd like to buy cars. You know, I like cars.
Yeah.
I'll definitely buy a car. So I go, all right, let's check it out. All right, so this is the list of approved cars where you can get the tax credit.
Yes,
and what I
have
did,
this list.
I put the low end and the high end because I just wanted to see.
You like your base model vehicle and then fully loaded.
Now, granted, some of them have like a battery life of fucking 8 miles. So every 2 minutes, you got to stop at a pump and listen to fucking lose yourself. So the Audi Q5, 45 low end, high end 59. BMW 42 to 81. BMW X5 61 to 109. The Chevy Bolt. Here's the thing. I guarantee
Chevy what?
The Chevy Bolt.
Never heard of that. I've heard of the Volt.
I've heard of the Volt too. Yeah.
B. I've never heard of a B, a Bolt.
It's a Bolt. But I've heard of
interesting.
No one's going to want to buy that. Those are
Chevy
cars suck.
Literally like an electric Cavalier, I think.
Sure. 28 to 38, the Bolt EV, same thing, I think. 26 to 36. You go all the way down the list, right? So the average cost on the low end of approved EVs for, let's go back and look at the quote, especially help young Americans buy their first car. Low end average cost, $55,214. Then I thought, okay, great. But they don't have to pay for gas? Sure. Now, I'm sure in their apartment, because, obviously first-time car buyers probably don't have a house where they can put a battery charging station in. They're paying rent, and everyone's complaining about rent soaring. But whatever. I thought, what does that look like at a 36-month? All right, so on the low end, average cost, 36-month, $1,478. That's a lot.
Hang on a second. Did you just divide that low price by 36?
No, so I just did through Excel the average.
No, okay, so you come up with the average
price. Oh yeah. So 36-month, and this is
so you did not. You didn't. Did you take into consideration taxes and the service fees and registration and all that shit?
I did not.
So that's actually going to be actually going to be higher.
Higher. This also includes 10% down.
Who puts money down on vehicles? Who does that? Why? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Hey, when you got it, man.
Yeah, I know.
48 months, we're looking at $1,100. 60 month, kind of palatable, $926. And 72 month, we're looking at $789. On the high end, you're looking at $2,000, $1,500, $1,200, and $1,100.
Those are mortgage payments.
So how the fuck is this going to help new car buyers? Can you imagine if Aubrey goes, "Hey, Dad, I need a new car."
Get a job.
Yeah.
Good luck.
And she's like, "Yeah, but I really want an EV because I'm socially aware and socially conscious."
She will immediately be disowned from this family. Bye. Never saw you before.
But you're gonna go drop so. Can you imagine every month $1,100 you're shelling out?
Okay.
My first apartment that I rented by myself was like $600 a month.
Yeah.
Granted, that was 20 years ago. Shit's gone up. That's fine. But that's a lot of fucking cash.
It is. It's insane what they're pushing for these EV vehicles so much. EV vehicles is redundant. Yeah. I'm a retard. But so much. It's all every fucking news outlet. Every time you open up Twitter, it's pushing for these fucking cars. They're expensive as fuck. Just a base model. You probably have roll-up windows, crank windows in those fucking things. At the base model, and it's still what was the average? Almost 50 grand?
Yeah. So let's check this out. So I just wanted to see. Let me share this real quick. There's a bunch of
pop-ups. Fuck, my brand new pickup truck cost me 50 grand, and it's a step over the base model.
Yeah.
And it ain't fucking cheap.
So I wanted to look at the average salary by age in the U.S. So let's say they're saying, here's the pitch. Young first-time car buyers. I mean, I own my first car. I would say I bought it myself 23, 24. Like where I went to a dealership. Right now, average 2024, $667 per week. So we go back and look at that fucking setup. There's just no way. I mean, they're going to roll with a 72 month. And again, this is probably in the 820 range if you give it in all the other shit that we talked about. And that's for like 55,000. If you go down the list and look like I guess you can get a Chrysler Pacifica. Do you know anyone that would actually buy a fucking Chrysler? I don't.
Grandparents.
Yeah. And
like 65 plus crowd.
Yeah. And then when they die, there's still only 17,000 miles on the thing. And then you get it. And like if the battery dies in a Chrysler, you have to take off part of the front bumper to replace it. Fucking piece of shit. 25 to 34, you're looking at about 50 grand a year. Okay. Still, I don't see that kind of cash being able to afford a $2,000 a month payment.
No, and on top of everything else, living expenses. I mean, a vehicle
when all that stuff also increases exponentially or has increased exponentially. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. Like it just, the messaging. I really do think that they should get a lot of credit in branding and in marketing. That's great, pretty good. But at the same time. Yeah, Daryl. So cousin Brenda says you can get a lower interest rate.
That's phenomenal, but you're still spending $50,000 on a base electric car. Like that's not even like going to a car lot and saying, "Listen, I'm here to buy my son or my daughter his first car, whatever." Define how his fucking their pronouns are, whatever. And
them they, yeah.
Sure. Would I like to buy him a brand new Silverado? Yes, $50,000. Not for your first car. Let's get you into like a Chevy Trax. You at least have some wiggle room to figure out what kind of vehicle you want. You can go from a $50,000 pickup truck down to like a $25,000 small SUV.
Yeah.
Electric car. Don't matter what base, what model, whatever. 50 grand. Boom.
Yeah.
And then and up. So I don't buy the hype. And I will own a fossil fuel driven vehicle as long as I possibly can.
Well, in the end, they're all kind of fossil fuel driven because most of the power from this country comes from from coal. Yeah. But whatever.
Even your electric car.
Yeah. I was reading too. Let's say you have a charging unit in your house.
Where am I going? I got a cooler full of beer. There's the other thing. When you buy a car, when you buy your fucking Tesla, does it come with the charging station? No.
That's extra.
So it's like buying a PlayStation and getting one controller, but your friends come over and want to play Madden.
That's the fucking rub, isn't it?
It's extra.
And they're like $37. Like I just paid $150 for this fucking thing. So I was looking at California is like always having brownouts, eyeballs.
There it is.
Especially
I would like to put
eyebrows,
but I can't.
So they're always having brownouts. So their electrical grid sucks. Someone did a study and said when you have a charging unit in your house, when it's charging, it's the equivalent of running like 12 refrigerators at the same time.
That was the other thing. I haven't. Again, I don't do research. I kind of count on other people and you to do that for us. But yeah, that was the other thing I was wondering. Like, does your electric fucking meter just glow red? Does it spin that fast when you charge these cars?
Here's the thing. So I've actually thought about getting solar panels on our house because our house, like in the morning, like for 12 hours a day, just gets butt fucked by the sun.
Yeah.
So it might benefit us to do that, right? But let's say that you are in California, you have to buy, because I think they're going to outlaw fucking gas vehicles soon. Like I think by like 2030, you can't have a gas vehicle in California. You can't even have a leaf blower. that's gas powered in California right now.
Yeah, I heard that. You got to have the battery operated ones.
Meanwhile, Marky Mark flies from like Van Nuys to fucking something like the plane's in the air for 12 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that. That was their big thing the other day. It was a couple weeks ago. There was like a couple celebrities that literally took like 12-minute flights, and they're like, "Do you know how much carbon that's put into the thing?" I'm like, "Yo, I don't live in California, and I heard traffic's a cocksucker."
It does suck in California. Yeah,
so yeah, probably taking my jet on a 12-minute ride. I mean, probably only got up to 6,000 feet and just came right back down.
It just buzzes the fucking Tower Records building, wherever that shit is, the fucking round one Capitol. But yeah, so I started like thinking about that too. Like, okay, so let's say this mandate goes through.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We don't have time to read all this, Adam. Fuck. He is kind of an expert. I figured he'd be the one to
He's a smart guy.
He's not, well, he's Polish, but and don't put that over there. That's
about a year to 15 ahead of presidential elections. Okay, yeah, yep, 100%. Yeah, Obama was one of the highest except the last 15 months, plummeted and skyrocketed under Trump for almost 3 years. It's weird to say that any president, oh boy. It's actually too long for us to read the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Get kind of like cut off, or else there's more coming. But I was going to say he's, I think he works with power, like solar and shit like that. So he can probably throw some facts our way as we're continuing on here, not reading his fucking essay he wrote.
Yeah, obviously, Adam, take less Adderall and just, maybe parse it out in a few sentences. No one likes to run
on the bush lights.
Yeah, just, Hemingway. Hemingway wrote, there was a door. Fitzgerald, 80 paragraphs about the fucking way the door looked and felt. Come on, be Hemingway.
Presidents are in control of the country. Therefore, they have power to do anything. End of story. Biden's a fucking retard. End of story.
Biden is like, what?
I know Adam is he's a progressive guy. He is a big fan of, not a fan of the two-party system, which I don't think many people are.
Nobody that is intelligent should be.
Yeah.
Here's the thing too about government. If you have, let's say we made a town, okay, which I've actually thought about buying.
We've had this conversation many times, and it is a great conversation. I love it.
So we buy a town, and the taxes you pay, obviously we have to pay state taxes because the town lives somewhere in a state. But let's say we don't call them taxes, we call them dues. Okay? You pay the dues. I guarantee that the money that you pay into dues, 100% of it goes into the infrastructure of the town. The roads, clean sidewalks. Let's say it snows. We got the little fucking machine guys that fucking go through. Obviously, Mexicans, it's fine. We're allowed to have 10 Mexicans, and they do all the groundwork.
They don't like wintertime, dude. You don't see them out cleaning streets in the winter. You ever notice that?
Well, they come out. Yeah, they nap a lot.
That's why our streets aren't plowed and our sidewalks aren't clean.
Yeah, they're sleepy.
Okay.
Snow makes me tired, man. So, anyways, we have this town. 100% of the dues goes into the infrastructure of the town, right?
Perfect.
For some reason, the second you call it taxes, 20% of the taxes goes into the infrastructure of the town, and the 80% goes into somebody else's fucking pocket. This guy has a construction company and whatever. And far be it from me to say, don't take advantage of the system, because the second I have an opportunity to, I'm going to sell it like a motherfucker. That's cool. I'm all fine with breaking the law, whatever. But it does suck when, you look at Erie County roads, for example, or even roads around here. Our property taxes are through the fucking roof, and the roads would be better if they were dirt.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
And that's the rub too here, especially when even in Cheektowaga here, the assessments of the houses went up. I mean, this house I live in is a shithole. Yet they assess it at like $200,000.
She bought it for 20.
Yeah, 20 or 30, I think. I've paid for this house in the 6 years I've lived here. I paid for it.
I know. What always drove me crazy.
It is my house.
There's been houses across the street from you that have gone for sale.
Hmm?
And I remember I was taking a dump at your house, and I went on Realtor, and it was for sale for like $33,900. It's like, why wouldn't we just buy that house? And then then I'll charge you the same shitty fucking rent. I'll make so much money off you.
Yeah. Guess what I would do? Light that match. Fucking burn the place.
Insurance, bitch. It's already valued at $200,000. I bought it for $33.
Guess what? I made money. But yeah, and like you said, the fucking roads here should be paved,
pristine,
and
with gold.
Exactly, lined and beautiful and no bumps with the amount of money you're paying. And I mean, we talked about this last week when we bitched about school supplies and teachers and the school
Mostly
taxes.
yeah,
I mean, you just sit there and look at how many fucking houses they are, and every one of them is just paying exorbitant amount of taxes. Nothing's getting done with that money except for other people are getting stupid rich.
So Illinois for the first, and I don't know if this is a business tax thing or not, but I got this like pie chart breakdown of where my money went. And if I find it, I'll definitely bring it on. I'll upload it. But it kind of got me thinking, like, wouldn't it be cool if you could, almost like how you invest in your shit, like invest in like a 401k, you can pick like high risk, low risk, all that kind of shit. Not that I have a 401k, but because they're Ponzi schemes. Fuck you guys, live up. But it had a breakdown of where all my money went, and so I think it was on the business side. So on the business side, I paid like $70,000 in fucking taxes last year. So and it's like it went to this, it went to that, it went to schools, it went to this. Like, but wouldn't it be cool if you could like determine where your money went? Like, okay, so I care about roads and I care about old people. Boop, boop. Drop all my money into those two buckets.
If that information were to ever be made public, people's, and by people I mean your fucking community leaders, what fucking your mayors and what the fuck am I calling? The heads of your town, they would be lopped off in the town square.
I think we're experiencing you having a stroke right now.
I almost stroked out there. I was like, the guy. The point that I'm trying to make it, and
control his tongue. Control his tongue.
Squirrel, you know. But if those numbers were made public, like if that was the best thing ever, like you said, hey, it's like going to a Chinese raffle.
Sure.
I want to put all my tickets in this. You know, this is where I want my fucking taxes
I
and
only go
funds
after
to go
the
here.
Hot 19-year-old ones.
You know, whatever. And then all of a sudden, all that data got put together, and they said, okay, last year, everybody wanted, 87% of the people put their money towards fixing the roads. Why?
That's like truly democratic, right?
Yeah.
It's a democratic way of spending your money that they're taxing you.
Yeah.
You can't say tax me less, because then you're a cunt.
Yeah.
But you can't say, if you're going to tax me all this fucking money,
do something with it.
I did quarterly taxes, dude. It was, and my account's like, and I think, Adam, you talked about this too. You pay based on the guess. So every quarter, I got to write $10,000 in fucking shit. And then at the end of the year, they're like, you guessed so wrong. You got to write another 20. Like, what? Huh? I need a tax shelter from the storm, Bob.
Aren't those called like a Swiss bank account? Like having tax shelters are literally like putting money in the private island or the government and whoever can't get to it.
I had
one of them.
When we lived out in like Pittsburgh, North Carolina, sometimes it would take me 45 minutes to get home. So I really was like, I'd podcast the fuck out of it, right? So I come home, and at this point with me and Tanya, I'd say like if we're what are those like little remember the pocket pets you could have?
Pocket pussy.
No.
Prison like pocket. Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets. We have a friend that used to heat up a bag of mayonnaise and shove it in between two couch cushions and fuck it. It was called a Fifi bag. Not that either. What are the I don't know, whatever, like those little digital pets, like a Petmoji or something like that.
Oh, wow, yeah, the Tamagotchis?
Tamagotchi, yeah. Tamagotchi, yeah. We did it. We thought of something. So from a Tamagotchi level of like marriage health, we're at like a 2 out of 10, right? So I come home.
Do I need to lay down on a couch for this therapy session?
No, I should.
Okay.
I come home and I'm like, listen, I have an idea. She's like, and she knows I'm manic like a motherfucker. Like I'll be like, we need to sell everything and move to Guatemala. Like, and I've said that before, right? I'm crazy. So it's totally fine that she doesn't listen to me. But I go, listen, this is what we need to do. Number one,
get divorced. Totally cool if she doesn't listen to me, but listen.
yeah. I go, number one, we need to get divorced. She's like, all right, I'm listening.
So yeah, you have my attention.
I was like, number two, I set up residency in Puerto Rico, and I get paid by my company at the time as a contractor, not as an employee. All right? Because I wouldn't be taxed on that money because I have residency in Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. And I only need to go to Puerto Rico once every 6 months. So it's an easy way to get out of paying taxes. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, that'll save us about $40,000 a month or a year. And she's like, that sounds great. And we're not married. And then I go, let's take 40,000 out of 401k and let's buy Bitcoin. This is in max
2021.
2016. Bitcoin was like $7,000. Yeah. At the height of Bitcoin, Tanya's like doing the dishes. She's like, do you remember that fucking time you said we should just put $40,000 in to Bitcoin, get divorced, Puerto Rico, the whole thing? Like every 6 months we go to take a trip to Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. My bad.
It's nice there.
To paradise.
Well, part of it's nice.
Sure. Maybe another hurricane comes through and washes it out. But
that was Haiti.
But she's like, what would that be? I was like, oh, that would have made us $3 million. $23 million. Now there's times where I've said,
you know how many pesos that is in Puerto Rico?
A bunch, at least 40,000. So I said, and I totally get it. Like,
yes, I know Puerto Rico is an American. They're not a state, but what are they? We own them, right?
Yeah.
Not owned.
They're slaves.
Kind of like Guam, but they use our money.
It's a slave. Well, so she got an offer 2 years ago. Seriously, I thought about it. She goes.
I knew fucking I would get Adam on that too. I knew it. I said it was very convincing when I said it, and he's gonna be like, "Dude,
one Busch Light,"
Daryl.
And he snorts 9 Adderalls. He's like, actually,
he's like, I'm gonna get him. I know he's so dumb. He doesn't even know Puerto Rico's an American colony. Whatever the fuck it is. I don't know the word. I'm hungover. Now I'm getting drunk.
She got an offer to be a pharmacist in Guam, tax free, like $240,000 a year. But you had to be there for a minimum of 3 years. And I'm like, I'll hang out on the beach. I'll kill lizards with a fucking stick.
Why would you kill lizards?
Because I think they come in your house.
Yeah? I don't think they're like rude. They're not like a Komodo dragon or anything.
Well, they don't cross their legs and have tea with you. It's not the fucking Geico lizard, you fucking racist. It's like a legit, like, I'm here to steal your babies. Fuck
don't
your
have
babies.
He won't come in. Team pull out.
Yeah. Pull out, run in the woods, come on a tree.
Why are all these lizards hanging out by this one tree? That's my cum tree.
Why do they do this? Daddy. Well, we want to go further into the news, or let's just dissect what Pastes in Mexico.
You're the executive producer here, so
if you could move to another country, what country do you think you'd pick? I'm interested to know this, and this is open to the field as well.
This is not. I mean, a lot of people are like, I'm just going to run to Canada because it's fucking close.
No,
nobody's going into Mexico willingly. I don't know why even people vacation there. I don't.
Well, you know when Andy Dufresne, when Morgan Freeman comes, Andy Dufresne's cleaning up the boat in Zihuatanejo. That looks pretty rad. I'd maybe go there. That's
I
kind of
mean,
cool.
we're still trying to figure out where we want to go on vacation. I mean, 2 years we're going back to Aruba for our 10-year with the couple we met there. But
Yeah.
we're trying to figure out. I mean, we watched Below Deck, which is a yacht show, and they follow the crew on the yacht, and they go to all sorts of cool places and shit. So like Chris has been talking about like places over in Greece and like Mykonos and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Caribbean. I think I would head down there.
Here's
Like
the problem with the Caribbean.
Okay.
You hear people hanging out, and then they say it's called Caribbean, and you're like, I'm gonna kill this fucking guy.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
But I would learn to pronounce it correctly as they wish.
So you would go to the Caribbean?
I think I'd head down there. I'm a big fan of
Pirates?
No, I would go. I actually probably go down to Aruba, so you're below the hurricane path. But
that's a good move.
Aruba is only like 20 miles from Venezuela.
Well, so here's the thing.
But I guess they don't have problems with those guys, so.
Not yet. I think America's going to invade Venezuela in like a year and a half, 2 years.
Why do you think that? Do you have like insider information?
Well, so if you look at like the global oil reserves and then cross-reference that with lack of military, then cross-reference that with places that are kind of run by a dictatorship, Venezuela is like the top of the tops. like, you know why we killed Gaddafi?
No. Why?
All right. So Gaddafi was in some fucking...
That, folks, is how you segue.
Yeah. So Gaddafi goes, I know the United States is functionally bankrupt. So I don't want to get paid in American dollars. Boom. Look at this. Holler. So Gaddafi goes, I don't want to get paid in American dollars anymore. So Gaddafi starts going, I only want to get paid in gold. So he starts going completely against what the American currency is now run on since like Roosevelt took us off the gold standard. Yeah. Right? So he's like, fuck you, start paying me in gold. U.S. goes, well, we don't have any gold because we don't. So what do?
We did.
We overthrew Gaddafi because he's a bad person. And now, guess what? We still get our oil for American greenbacks.
Yeah.
like if you go anywhere else in the world and you go, what do you think of America? They'll be like, you guys are kind of shitty. You can't disagree with them. I mean, we invented McDonald's. Great. Love it. We have a sporting goods store called Dick's. Can't argue with it.
And thank God they changed their fucking website address. I mean, how many times did I end up at Dicks.com and it wasn't sneakers?
I'm looking at shin pads.
I need a new pair of Jordans.
I want to see big
Dicks.com. Holy, what the fuck? No, it's Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dick's Sporting Goods. We sell sporting goods. This is not Dick's on the internet.com.
Dude, I remember the one time on Facebook, your sister was looking, she wanted to buy a new pen. She was talking about pens. I'm like, I have the perfect place.
Is this Chinese sister or?
Yes, the Asian sister. And I told her, you should go to penisland.com.
Which the lapers in his penis land. That's great.
And it took her a minute, and she's like, you are a fucking asshole. And
dude, my favorite, remember Lemon Party?
No.
We can't show it. But if you ever have time, go on Incognito.
What's Incognito?
Someone made a website called Lemon Party, and it's just a bunch of old men fucking each other. Like a bunch. Like a gaggle, gaggle of old men fucking each other.
First off, if I have time, okay? Time.
So like later.
So
when you're taking a dump.
Why the fuck would I want to watch that? Why?
Okay, why wouldn't you? Number one.
Because it's first off, it's dudes fucking, and secondly, it's old dudes fucking. And thirdly, that is like the worst fucking website name ever. And you said lemon, right? Not lemming.
Yeah, I'll text it to you.
No,
I'll
don't.
text it to you. So you
No.
have the
I will block your phone number right now.
No, you're like this, and I won't go to it. But what is it?
I mean, spelled how?
Is the O a 0 or is it a O? Yeah. Lemon party, dude. For some reason, someone's like, "Hey, check this out."
If we don't see a comment from Adam in the next 12 seconds, we know where he's at.
Yeah, he went and got his daughter's jump rope. He's choking himself and fucking jacking it. Oh, guest visitor.
Why?
Your audio.
Yeah, your audio.
You're on a loop.
You sound like fucking retarded Stephen Hawking's. Hawking, whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, it's like what's that guy in like that talks with the thing to his throat? That was a London sound. No, he's in MASH.
Hold on.
Nope, still bad. You literally sound like somebody had smoked 84 packs of cigarettes a day and has to talk through the buzzer in their neck.
London, make sure that your microphone and your headphones are going through the system. You're in a loop.
And what is that beached whale doing awake at 1 o'clock?
So, want to do? Oh yeah, let's go to the sports. Let's go to sports while London figures out his calibrations. Sports. Which one you want to start with, big guy?
Let's go with the why. I mean, I guess I figured it out, but ESPN is pushing the WNBA like they've never pushed it before.
Oh, hold on, wait, hold on. I was trying to find a WNBA logo, which is like nearly impossible.
Is it a silhouette of a woman in the kitchen making sandwiches?
Yeah, she's making a pie. It's Aunt B. You tell that Aunt B if she doesn't have my apple pie, I'm gonna put my foot in her ass. That's from Above the Rim, I think. No, that's from White Man Can't Jump. I found this girl. Holy shit! Is that not one of the prettiest women you've ever seen in your life?
No.
I know you're racist, but like
she's a good-looking girl. But
yeah,
she's a good-looking girl.
Look at her lips. She's beautiful.
Yeah. What about her lips?
They're gorgeous.
Just wondering what you were.
Oh, don't John Gruden me.
Just wondering.
Don't John Gruden me.
So, ESPN is pushing this, and I remembered that. Who owns ESPN and makes a little more sense. But the fucking if I worked for ESPN and they said, "Hey, you're part of our social media team. We got to put up clips of the WNBA and make it exciting." And if I had to fucking put up a clip and a highlight and a tagline like they did last night, I would have hit send and I would have unplugged all my shit, packed up my desk, and walked the fuck home.
Walked into the ocean?
Yep.
This is it for me.
I'm out.
So what was the tagline?
Oh, I got to go to Twitter real quick because I got a whole bunch of likes on my comments.
So here's the thing, too. Some of my favorite people have been women that play basketball. And a lot of our favorite friends are women that have played basketball in college, stuff like that. They're great people. Women that play sports traditionally know shit about sports. They can talk shit about sports. They will fuck you up in beer pong. It's great. But the second you start saying that the WNBA is on the same level as the NBA, even though the NBA right now is trash, who dis? This is why women's college ball is more entertaining than WNBA, though. Yes.
100%.
Yes.
100%. Yet, the WNBA is dominant. It's all it is glorified women's basketball, or college basketball. But why the disparity? Why is the college game so much better than the pros? I guess you could say the same thing. I can't even
answer that.
You can almost say the same thing. It's a great fucking point. It's the same thing for men's basketball. I would rather watch D3 fucking college hoops than an NBA game. The NBA.
Well, you'd rather watch 3Ds on Lemon Party too. Call back.
Why the fuck are you still pushing that website?
I got a little money in it.
I was gonna say, what kind of stock you got in there? So last night, ESPN puts up this thing, and this isn't the first time. Epiphany Prince with the hang time and a bag of money. This girl barely left the fucking ground. And right. I go, I've had more hang time tripping up the stairs. Literally watching this clip on loop right now through ESPN. She was
Can you put GIFs on Twitter?
Huh?
Can you put GIFs up on Twitter?
Yeah.
You should have done Biden falling up the stairs going up the airplane.
Oh, yeah. I was drunk last night, too, but...
That's fine.
You don't even do Twitter anymore. There's so many funny things I would try to tag you and shit, and I'm like, you ain't going to see this.
I'm back on.
All right. Whatever. That's why I send you screenshots. But literally, and they're like, all the time, they're like, with a vicious block. First off, you jumped 2 inches in the air, and the other girl shot the ball into your fucking hand. It wasn't like you knocked it fucking 18 rows into the stands. What? Yeah. Why such the hard push for WNBA? And it started before the whole Griner bullshit.
Sure, yeah.
But I don't understand it. Everyone's, you got to celebrate women's sports.
Well, I think Burr really summed it up big time with that shit. You know, he's just like, I didn't fail. Men didn't fail the WNBA.
Women failed.
Women did.
100%.
Yeah. Women did. Now, for some reason, if you look at my taste in women, going back to like when women were available, like where you start thinking about women, had a huge crush on the following women: Ellen DeGeneres, Paula Poundstone, Anne Heche, Gina Taurasi, all lesbians. I should love the WNBA. I don't even know who Drunk is, but that's the greatest fucking name ever on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fucking Jordan jumps through Dennis Rodman, kicks Bill Laimbeer in the balls, and rubs his dick on Isaiah Thomas's fucking face, and he gets less heat than fucking a regular layup in WNBA.
He ends up in ESPN's top 10 highlights at number 8, but number 6 is layup.
Oh,
the girl almost touched the net in the WNBA.
Dude, and they always sneak it. So if you, at the end of the year, fucking sports highlights, number 7, let's say top 10 or top 20 or whatever. Number 7 is always going to be some obscure goddamn soccer highlight from this fucking place where they shoot people halfway through if they don't fucking run hard enough. Like in a third world country, it's going to be some fucking soccer highlight. Well, Drunk, you're accepted.
And I'm
accepted
like,
to the committee.
And I'm Ortez, if you ever watch it, dude. If
sucks.
It's almost funny that he's that retarded. And he's a professional podcaster. He's got the
he's really funny
mic.
too.
He's not that funny.
I love what he always makes. He's like Doc. He always makes me laugh.
You have terrible taste in Friends.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's a simple reverse layup.
Yeah, dude, number 1 highlight.
She's 9 months pregnant. She's not wearing shoes.
All right, so since we're kind of on this topic a little bit, what are your favorite female sports?
Damn, like if I was going to sit down and watch a female sport.
Yeah.
Number 1, I would go simply out of love for Audra and Rala. I'd go women's tennis.
Ooh, okay.
That to me is comparable watching men's tennis. Not comparable in speed, but skill-wise, ball placement, all that kind of shit. And the girls are kind of hot.
Okay.
There's this black girl now that is playing. Her name, I forgot her name now, but she's like stupid hot. Again, another one. Martina Navratilova. Loved her.
Oh, yeah.
Gay.
Man, you fucking love those bull dykes.
I do. Turn on your heart light, bull dykes. Yeah, I would go number 2 would probably be women's beach volleyball.
I had that at number 1 for you. I did the whole. I'm sitting here. I'm like, here it comes. And then
Yeah.
you went tennis. I'm like, okay, but it's there because I know you're a fucking straight up pervert.
Ooh,
Drunk.
hold on.
I'm
Yes.
that's where I'm going. Women's college softball. I am fucking in, and obviously my team's Michigan, and I'm rooting for them. I will watch that every time it's on, along with hockey.
Turn your mic up if you can.
How we doing?
There he is.
Hey, boys.
London, top 3 women's sports to watch.
Your top
WNBA.
Fuck
dude,
you.
dude, fucking get him out of here. Done. All right. You lasted 4 seconds before your blubbering fat face got thrown off the show.
Women's sports.
I'll turn you up a little bit.
I probably have to go something.
Now here, let me ask you this, real quick.
Right? ESP,
what do you think?
UFC.
Would you go like comparable to men's sports or comparable in talent, or just
that you
it's
that you
on
like,
ESPN?
Something that you enjoy watching.
ESPN 3 through ESPN 8.
Not even the Ocho, whatever. Any sport that that women play that you actually enjoy watching.
I would probably say I enjoy most. Probably UFC.
Drunk. Yeah, drunk
just said that. Yeah. Whoever, we don't know who Drunk is, but
Drunk. We don't know who you are, but that's the coolest name ever. And you're
I wonder
part of the army. If you ever want to hop on the podcast, let me know.
Okay.
I wonder if too much butt hair changes his name again.
It might be. Yeah, I go women's UFC. Yeah, I'll change it. Women's UFC, women's tennis, women's golf is oddly entertaining to watch.
Those are my 3.
And are we talking hot level, or are we just talking sports?
Just sports level. Which women's sports do you enjoy watching?
Well, I don't know if this isn't a sport, but have you guys seen what's that show with the girls that wear the red stuff all the time? And then like there's like surrogate women, they gotta get fucked in front of their
What the fuck are you talking about?
Exactly.
What's that show with the girls that dress like pilgrims and they get fucked a lot?
It's not a show.
The Queen's Gambit? No,
that's about chess. The fucking, the one that all the fucking.
I want off this fucking ride so bad.
What the fuck?
I'm not saying it's a sport, but in this show.
Anyhow, my 3 are.
This just took a turn for the worse. I'll see you guys later, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, The Handmaid's Tale.
We were literally talking about sports. And next thing you know, he's back at lemming.com. Lemon Party.
Lemon Party,
whatever.
But what is Lemon Party?
Yeah.
I like it.
Dude, yes, you would.
Go on your phone right now. You can't show it, but go on your phone and just type in lemonparty.com.
Well, I can't write this. Channing has my phone, so.
Good luck.
Get that kid his own phone. But I'm women's college softball, women's hockey at any level, Olympics, college, whatever, and then women's golf.
Women's hockey players are all sneaky hot too.
They are
sneaky hot.
There's a goalie for Ohio State. She was an absolute smoke show, but I had to not like her because she went to Ohio State. Sorry.
They're either sneaky good looking or overtly dykey.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Exactly. There's no her Adam's apple, her traps.
They're like Pat Marvin or
Yeah, it's it's weird. Like man, Drunk is fucking coming hard. So basically we're saying WNBA is the worst. I would not ever. I would watch WNBA over women's bowling.
I would watch WNBA over the NBA. I hate the NBA.
I just hate. I would watch any other sport but the.
And you have a thing about Dana White too. You don't like Dana White either, right?
I mean, I don't really care anymore. But I mean,
you were part of the paint early days.
Yeah. I'm over my hatred and my.
Because he acts exactly like how you would act if you owned the UFC.
You're
like, yeah, like Daryl hates. Who's the guy that Daryl hates the most? Oh, Daryl hates Dave Portnoy.
Why? He's so fucking good, man.
He's a fucking cunt. End of story. Yeah. He's a cunt.
For what reason, though?
Here's fucking reason about he breathes air. He's a cunt.
If you've ever met someone where they go, hey, you need to meet my friend X, he's just like you, you won't like each other. Daryl doesn't like Dave Portnoy because Daryl is Dave Portnoy without $104 million.
No.
and a hairline.
That's
me
great.
Talking.
Chris, that is a great fucking reference.
Analogy is the word you're looking for.
No, reference.
He only likes analogy because there's anal in it.
Yeah, duh. That's why I keep saying it.
What's up?
I'll tune in the NBA until I don't even do it then. I don't even give a fuck.
It seems to me like, okay, the NBA now is all receivers from like the early 2000s. You know, like the Ocho Cincos and shit like that. Like that, it just seems to me like shit that I don't want to deal with anymore. You know,
like feelings.
Now I would say everyone wants to say like I've seen a lot of people posting videos about Larry Bird in his prime versus people like you take Jordan out of it. Experts say Jordan would average 50 to 70 points a game in today's NBA. Jordan in his prime, but you take Bird in his prime, slow as fuck,
white
before the back issues got to him.
Could shoot the fucking lights out though.
Yeah.
A killer, right?
He's Steph Curry today.
I was waiting for that. I was waiting to see if anybody said it because I was gonna. Yep. He is.
I think Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time.
But Bird dunked a lot too.
Klay Thompson.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, shoots the fucking lights out. White dude, slow as fuck.
He's athlete. Oh no,
Klay Thompson's not white.
Yes, he
is. Bird. No. His dad his dad's a blick.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
What? That's proof.
Oh,
right?
God.
BLK. WBLK.
Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
That it's just rapping R&B on that station.
I feel kind of weird at 1:18 in the afternoon doing this. I mean, usually it's, you know, after you've had a full day and, you know, I don't know. I'm not sure I can hang out much.
I'm like, I have sunglasses on because because I poked myself in the eye, put my contacts in, and my eye is red. My other eye is red because I was drunk, or still am.
Well,
the sun is out, which is fucking weird.
I'm going to get a little pie-eyed. My wife is not drinking with me today, which pisses me off. Doesn't really piss me off.
Divorce her and let's be gay.
Pistas?
So, so I heard the same argument, drunk. Not Daryl, the guy on the YouTube.
I keep going to get beer, and I'm like, I keep going to take my headphones off to go to the fridge, but I have a cooler full of beer left from yesterday.
I want to get a YouTube icon with just drunk on it and sell those t-shirts. I've heard a lot of people say Durant is not as good or Bird is not as good as Durant. And I think with today's NBA, I think Bird easy 35, 40 points a game.
I think everybody from the 80 scores. I think Rodman in today's NBA scores.
Rodman would put up early in his career. He was a 10-20 guy.
Yeah.
You know,
which you don't have serviceable in today's game.
You don't have the bad boy Pistons in today's game where they're knocking you down and, you know, clotheslining you when you
Nobody
go to the
touches anybody.
Yeah.
Rodman couldn't shoot anymore once he broke the back out of Madonna's butthole. Once he fucked Madonna, he's like,
dude, that story the other day was fucking nuts.
What story?
Rodman was playing craps in Vegas, and the pit boss come over and said, yo, Dennis, you got a phone call. He's like, I'm busy. He's like, but it's Madonna. So he takes the phone call, and she's like, I'm sending a jet. Come fuck me. Rodman tells the pit boss, hold the fucking table. I'll be back. Goes to the airport, gets on a plane, flies 5 hours in New York City, fucks Madonna, gets on a plane, goes right back to Vegas, and starts throwing dice again. And then he's dropped at the end of it. It was like a 2-minute clip that she offered him $20 million to get her pregnant. Dude,
I mean,
I literally, I wish I could find, that whole clip, that whole podcast episode, whatever, has got to be out there somewhere. I would love to watch it because I think he's
what podcast on?
I would pay Dennis Rodman $3,000 to sit down with us for half an hour.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome.
And it might not get it. It might not get it. But I'm just saying, I go to $5,000. I go to $5,000.
He would
for 30 minutes,
dude,
and we would probably make it so he would want to hang out, late longer.
Yeah. There's two people in my life I'd love to get drunk with, right? Like two people in the world where I'd like take our crew and go get drunk with. Bert Kreischer.
Yep.
Hey, don't put a shirt on.
Stupid. 2 months.
And Dennis Rodman. And I'd like to smoke weed with Mike Tyson a lot. A lot. But at a certain point, I know I just like put my hands on him a little bit. Just a little touchy.
You get like,
it's like slapping a light in the face. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
He'd fucking right hook you so fast you wouldn't even know.
You never even know. Yeah,
the champ. He still got.
You'd wake up and be like, "Oh, so drunk last night." No, dude, you got knocked the fuck out. That's why you don't remember anything.
Phil, though, we're doing a news show. So Daryl was talking about the WNBA. I got papers.
Awful of a sport it is.
Oh.
But then Drunk brought up, why is it different than college basketball?
Drunk, you're now the assistant producer to this shit box of a show. So get a hold of Dennis Rodman.
Make it happen because you're way better than our other intern, Mara.
Intern Mara is we killed him. He's the bottom of Lake Mead. We're going to be in Vegas. When are we going to be in Vegas?
Not very deep.
Next October.
Next October, we're in Vegas. Rodman goes to Vegas. Rodman likes $5,000. You know what we should do? $5,000. We put it on red or black, Dennis's choice. Either way, he gets to keep the money.
Yeah.
Film it. I just bought lapel mics. Whatever. Yeah, I do.
That is the worst idea I think you've come up with so far. I'm really. I don't know if I can golf with that. Is there a battery pack?
Well, I mean, I think they have a 4-hour charge. So we can do a 2-hour podcast and then, intermittently just do like little clips.
I just didn't know if they were going to be hooked to us the entire time we're playing golf.
You can't golf anyways.
Yeah.
Like
you're about to see.
Okay.
I've golfed with Barvin before.
No,
Me too.
Haven't. When? Day before my wedding? Day after my wedding?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
I don't either.
Yeah.
We almost beat the fuck out of a guy in an elevator
Abe
an
Lincoln?
hour before we had to go to golf. That's what I love about the Rodman shit. It's like there's some people that have the ability to just keep it going. Like
John Daly.
Yes. I would love, again, okay, drunk. $5,000 to do a round with, to do 18 with Daly. I'd pay that.
He's just fucking drinking Bud Light and smoking heaters the entire time.
Fire
London,
back.
are you going to Vegas?
I wasn't invited, so probably not.
You dumb cunt. It's a year away. The official invitation is going to go out soon. Okay, you're invited.
Okay. Yes.
Me, Dean, Hobbs, we all turn 50 next year. It's our big celebration. Right. So we're going to like the late September, first week in October. Everybody's going, stay where you want, gamble what you want. I'm going to give you an itinerary about where we're going to be every day. Just come hang out one day.
I think London and I are going to stay at Circus. I'm going to wear a clown mask and fuck them.
Again?
Yeah.
You did that trick once. He'll fall for it again.
You can't recycle bits, Chris.
Dude, don't lie. You're going to fall for it again.
Whoops.
What is this, a clown show? What kind of clown show is this? When you get fucked in the butt, boy.
Who's the clown here? You or me?
Yeah, that's why it's a clown show.
All right, so hold on real quick. So, and I'm not trying to keep on task or whatever because this is fun. WNBA, London. This girl.
Thank you, drunk.
What do you think about this girl?
It's I'm waiting for you to put a girl up on the screen.
I think she's a 10. She's hot as shit.
Dude, I just looked at London in the corner, like, he's not serious. He saw that, right? I'm like, did you see? And then I got the joke.
That's a man, baby.
Daryl's humor's on his tape delay.
That's a man.
Really? Dude, I have a problem with gay women. I love gay women.
Because you're trying too hard to be all encompassing and all loving.
No, I'm not. No, I'm an admitted racist, obviously.
You can't be a black friend.
It's off the rails. 126.
Yeah. I got like, oddly enough, around here, like, I'm in with the community, as we call it.
What's that?
The community.
No, please explain. I'm not quite following this.
I don't understand either. Thank you, Daryl.
No, like the community. There's like the regular. I don't want to say normal.
I'm like, I'm all ears, but I'm listening to my microphone because I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah. I can't say, there's us, and then there's
who?
What kind? Who's us? Like just the three of us, or like
no, like if you were to take us and like multiply it and have most of the wealth, and then there's
and not so much of the dick.
Yeah, and then there's the community, So I got COVID. I think
this is literally like fucking a worse grown-up version of fucking South Park.
And her name was Mother Love, London.
What's
Mother Love gave you COVID?
I think so. Yeah, I smoked weed with a 90-year-old black lady. And at the end of the night, I was walking out of her house, and I went to go give her a hug, and she kissed me. She has no teeth. She kissed me flat on the lips, and she leaned in London and said, "I only fuck with white boys." And I was like, "Good to know." And I ran like a motherfucker.
You didn't run anywhere.
No, let me ask you a couple.
It's hard to run with a boner.
Duh.
It is. Trust me.
It's hard to do a lot of things except fuck. Maybe that's why it's the only reason it's there.
Yeah, you know what, Daryl? It is hard to do a lot of things with a boner. Yeah, you're right.
Remember we went grocery shopping and I had that boner?
I would like to use my boner on her.
Top 10 pickup lines of all time.
Totally.
Like to put
London almost crashed his grocery cart.
I was fucking pissing myself.
That's another thing you can't do with a boner. It's really hard to do.
No, dude. One time, did you ever get a boner when you're taking a shit?
Yeah, and I beat it off.
Yeah. Well, one time I was trying to do like the after shit victory pee, and I pissed all over my face. And then I came. And then my dad filmed it.
Goodbye. See ya.
Worst.
So, we had. Oh, you want to do Deshaun?
Sure.
Deshaun.
Hey, listen, don't let me. What's the word I'm looking for? Fuck up
everything.
Do a sit up. You're good. So Deshaun, NFL appeals say that he's not 6. He's going to go 11 games.
Was that who you put the picture of up?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
Oh. No, the one with the basketball. Yeah, that one.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Deshaun Watson has been posing.
Why is
Juana Man. Can you imagine, like, let's say you own Root Insurance, and they're like, okay, you put it on the rapist, really?
Allegedly.
Alleged. 38 people.
Hey. Hey. Cosby got out of jail.
Sure did. Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think he settled like $5 million. It's a good move. That's a lot of beans. I don't know what that means, but Hey, Daryl, can you tell us when he comes back? Let's say you're the NFL committee, okay, and London, sometime during the year, past 6 games, which is the original recommended suspension. Cleveland.
Who handed down that 6-game suspension? Who decided?
An independent arbitrator.
Also, by that you mean the white female judge?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Just wanted to clarify that
she says 6 games.
She was a female and saw nothing more to this than 6 games is about enough. Okay.
So let me just say something like in defense of my boy. We allegedly deflated a couple footballs and got 4 games. My man is allegedly raping 40 women and get
no, I don't think it's rape. I think it's like
sexual misconduct is the proper term that they used.
Yeah.
So what is that saying? Hey,
as my son would say, rape is worse, sir.
Your hands are giving me a boner.
No idea of context.
Would you like to touch it? Is that sexual misconduct?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that's where we're at with this.
Yeah, I don't think he raped.
No. So I got a problem with this, and I think I'm alone on this island, according to.
Hold on, wait. Our associate producer said she saw more, but the NFL rules wouldn't allow her to go past. Oh, okay.
Okay.
This guy, I'm telling you, is burying Mara right now.
So,
intern Mara has been my intern for 22 years.
Again, you know Chris Mara. Do you know Chris Mara? He sucks. He's a nice person. He's the sweetest guy ever. He's a terrible intern.
Tim and I used to do this thing called the Tim Show. Yes.
And we're back.
Yeah.
I had a dream last night. I was talking to Tim. And I hadn't talked to Tim since 2015. But
is he still dumb as shit?
Yes. So intern Mara would go get us guests at house parties to sit on the guest couch during the Tim Show. So we do a live thing, and we'd interview drunk girls. And intern Mara just became intern Mara. Oh, what?
Did they show their boobs?
Yeah, they showed their boobs. Yeah. Some assholes. Did you know, like, what's weird? Like, as you around older women, I forgot that some girls have sans hair on their butthole. You get to like 35, butthole looks like a daddy long legs. This isn't going on the internet, is it? Is it?
Wait.
Oh, it is. Sorry.
Wait, so 35?
Yeah, 35 years old. That's when the butthole sprouts roots. So when they die, you put them in the ground, then the roots become a tree. That's where oak trees come from. True story. Look it up. Science.
But sans butthole hair
means without.
Means without. Yeah. Yeah.
So how at 35?
But I don't. Okay.
Barbie, am I missing something here?
On a woman's 35th birthday,
I'm just kind of
she sprouts
trying
her
to
butthole
participate in
roots,
this.
and it looks like really dense hair.
But then when do they lose it? Because sans butthole hair.
When you kill them and put them in the ground, you have to poison them.
You get the bug spray. Your daddy long like butthole.
You gotta put a little bit of Pine Sol in their fucking coffee, and then they get sick, and then you smother them with a pillow when they can't fight you off.
Not that he hasn't thought about this at all.
And that's where pine trees come from. Look it up. Hey,
it's where the air freshener that hangs in your car comes from.
Science. Yeah. So Deshaun, originally by a wet lady judge, 6 games. When suspensions for less severe things have gone a little bit further, I would even think, right?
Yeah, well, what did Ridley
OJ killed that lady, he hasn't played football at all. What?
Who?
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, he bet $1,500.
Yeah, on a game he wasn't even playing in, right?
Right.
And he got a year.
and he got a year.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, back to that whole point, allegedly deflated football, 0 proof, no smoking gun, no nothing, 4 games.
There's some fuckery.
Goodell's on a power trip, 100%. He needs to go. I'm done with him.
So, Aaron Rodgers admittedly overinflated footballs. Admittedly, find the clip of him talking about it.
Yeah,
really.
He came right out and said, he goes, I want them full till they're about ready to pop. Throw that fucking ball up as much as you can put in. That's the way I get. These guys are just like baseball pitchers. They like the ball a certain way. It is what it is.
Too easy.
But
too easy.
Go back to that Patriots Colts game. What happened? The balls were underinflated, allegedly. And then didn't the Patriots just come out and fucking beat them by 35 after they adjusted the ball and gave them the right ball?
Yeah, they went on like a 35-3 run.
Yeah,
in the second half.
So at what point does that fucking even matter?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. And you want to fix that problem? Take the gloves off the receivers. Take them off.
Governor Foggins just got a year suspension for betting on a game while he was injured.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought he was hurt or he wasn't playing it.
Okay,
whatever.
Drunk. Did he bet for or against his team?
I think he bet on the Falcons to win.
So he bet for his team.
Yes.
That to me further exonerates him. Because
in a game he wasn't playing.
How dumb are you?
Suspended from baseball, and he never bet on his team.
How stupid are you? Number one,
I thought Pete Rose always bet on his team. That was
never bet on his team to lose. I'm sorry.
Yeah, to win, right? He always bet on him to win.
Always bet on him.
We're gonna win.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
100%. So should Barry Bonds. So should Roger Clemens. I'll be right back. I'm getting a beer.
Yeah,
I think he bet on his team. Yeah, Drunk. Sure. Yeah.
Earlier I said this, and we went on 84 tangents since then. But I'm on an island with this whole Deshaun thing. Everybody's like, well, he settled these cases, so he just admitted his guilt. Like, that's not how that works.
No,
it doesn't say he's guilty, but it also doesn't say he's innocent.
Right.
So we all know women. Women talk.
Mm-hmm.
So these girls of, I don't know, there's reports of 24, 25 cases. Excuse me.
Sure.
Allegedly, I read something. There was up to 66 women involved.
Sure.
Or somehow. These girls, some of them spoke to each other at some point.
Oh, sure.
They're like, yo, Deshaun likes, a lighter skinned, a black woman, kind of with a bigger butt or whatever. And that is what.
So basically, Robin Givens, who's the hottest lady of all time,
got
Robin Givens in 1989, hottest woman of all time.
Did London freeze? Oh, he's back.
What about? No, I just am staring at Chris trying to figure out what the fuck you're talking about.
Robin Givens?
No.
What?
What about Trudy from? What's that?
Trudy?
Whatever.
Facts of Life.
Facts of Life. Okay. I know you like roller skates, buddy, and that's gonna move up a few points. But
I just walked into this conversation. Have at it.
So he was hitting up random massage girls on Instagram. Bro definitely had a massage.
Yeah, so sure, Drunk is definitely.
That's my top search fetish when I'm gonna jack it.
And that's fine. And we all know, thanks to Robert Kraft, what happens at these massage places, because I thought you just went and got a massage. Apparently
they tried to pin him on human trafficking.
Because that was like, it was just a wrong time for him to get busted.
Sure.
But anyhow, back to Sean though. About, what is the problem with him getting a massage and then asking a girl for a little more?
Yeah, how do you know if she's doing it?
I think if it's negotiated.
But how do you negotiate? You can't bring it up.
Well, you can bring it up. You can ask.
I think it's like hookers. You don't pay them to come to your room. You pay them to fucking leave.
Charlie Sheen quote, love it. One of my favorite quotes of all time.
Is what?
You don't pay hookers to fuck you. You pay them to leave.
Yeah, you don't pay them to come to your room. You pay them to get the fuck out.
That's a great quote.
Yeah. which is true, and that's how you get around that shit.
I think Jesus said something like that.
Yeah, but I said
Probably.
back to like just end this Deshaun shit. I think last year it cost him 17, 18 games. He wasn't suspended.
Sure.
They just were trying to figure this whole thing out and whatever. So we got 18 games last year. He got 6 more this year. It's 24. Then they added another 5. So 30 fucking games. For what?
But what's fucked up is like he got paid for what?
He's getting all that money. Yeah. And I don't give a fuck about getting paid, getting not paid. That's not the point here. The point is the guy, he sat out last year. And Goodell was like, I want all of this year. Why? I'm not saying the dude's innocent. There was some little fuckery there, and that's a thing. It happens. It's a massage. And is he going to like Kraft where you're going to get a massage in the strip mall? Where? I don't know, man. I think they made way bigger deal out of this.
So yeah, I mean,
but I think you're going to lose this.
Yeah, London. I said it from the get. I'm alone on this island.
I do disagree with your point. I disagree with your point.
That's fine.
I'm
the standard that enough is enough.
I mean, you can't let them just like. Well, here's the thing: if it hasn't been settled or determined by a legal entity anywhere,
Mom, I'm doing a podcast.
Didn't he settle with
yes, Baum and London's both say hello, but I gotta go. Okay.
Yeah. So here's the thing: he was told to take. If it drags on, you're sitting out. Right? So it keeps dragging on, you're sitting out. So just go on and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the people I impacted, blah, blah, blah. You're not admitting guilt. You're just saying, I'm sorry. He didn't say, oh, yeah, it happened. He said, I'm sorry for impacting people's lives, whatever. And he kind of moved on. That's how they do that. You know, so you're admitting guilt without admitting guilt. And then you get the lesser of the severe penalties. But why wouldn't you just sit and go, no, prove it?
Yeah. See, here's the thing, man.
I think he tried, but you're fucking fighting Goodell.
But if I'm ever accused of anything that I didn't do,
yeah, to the death.
I don't give one fuck if I spend the rest of my life in jail if I'm wrongly accused. I will go to trial and I will fight for it 100 out of 100 times.
Appeal, forever.
Everything. Yeah. Like if somebody accuses me of something similar and I didn't do it. Like if I fucking, was getting handies or was fucking whatever, then that's different, right? But if I
know something that you did, that you admit that you vehemently denied happening, but we all know it happened.
It never went in my butt.
Dude, it did. We know. I have fucking screenshots. It did.
It never went in my butt.
Just admit it, and we can put this behind us. Other than that, this is gonna fucking. I'm gonna sit there and tell the story while we're fucking dropping you into the hole in the ground.
Yeah, Melissa definitely definitely tickled my balloon knot with it. It never went in my butt.
Okay, I accept that.
Yeah,
but I like your stance that you're vehemently denying it, even if you're in jail. If you
forever,
yeah.
You will never know it went balls deep.
I mean, the size of that thing. If you're getting to the nuts on that thing, you're dead.
Yeah,
that's why. Because I only go to the edge of the earth.
I got a question.
Let me hold on.
Yeah, read what he had to say there. And I know who Drunk is. He's not a new.
Who is it?
He's better. Oh. It's too much butt hair.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Who is it?
He's crushing it. He's crushing it.
Too much butt hair.
Yeah. Too much butt hair came on one day and it fucking blew us up, and we were dying, and he was giving me shit, and I knew it was somebody that knows me.
He had inside information.
And he literally had me rattled. But yeah. Anyhow, so
hey, Bumblebee.
I got a question. Fuck that guy. Homeless fuck.
He ended your world that day.
He did. It literally ruined my whole weekend. But anyhow, so These girls came out and said something happened, right?
Sure. Yep.
So something happened. Something truly and honestly happened. Why didn't they pursue it? If they said Deshaun Watson, while I was giving a massage, egregiously grabbed my ass, grabbed my tit, and would not stop asking for a blowjob, why would all of us? No, this is pure speculation. I'm saying if that were to happen, why did these women just say, all right, I'll take the money and never talk about it again? If that happened and it rattled you so much that you brought it to the police and wanted this thing to happen, why did you just drop it? Why?
Well,
here's why. Here's why. Here's why.
People got $5 million.
There's why. You got the fucking money. You got your bag. That's why.
Yeah.
Guess what? It never happened. Bitches talk. I'm not saying he was set up. I'm not saying he didn't say shit or slap an ass. But you just 25 girls do not just drop this if they believe that something wrong happened.
Oh,
if
no.
It was from
like
money,
sleep cell shit.
100%. So there's why I'm standing alone on my Deshaun Watson thing. I thought 6 games this year was too much. 11 is way too much. And why the fuck did we go through the whole?
I would have booted him
the
for
whole fucking thing.
If
Goodell was just going to say, nope, I ain't listening to you, I'm going to give him 11. Then just give him 11 from the gate. Stop with the fucking bullshit and be done with it.
Because last year was not a suspension. He sat, he got paid only because if he got hurt, they can trade him. So last year was a team's decision to not play him. This year, he's sitting 11 games. So if you look at his career, he's going to be sitting 24 games or whatever.
29.
27. And it's a big fucking thing.
18 last year and 11 this year.
But it's really not.
Math.
It's really not because
not 18.
He didn't want to play last year.
18 weeks, 17 games, 28 games.
So he didn't want to play last year, and the team didn't want to play him because if he got hurt, they couldn't trade him.
Did they only play 16 last year? Or was it 17 last year?
Last year was the first year, 17.
Last year was the first 17. Okay. What? No, I think London might be right.
No, he's not.
I'm not 100%. So I just that was just a wonder, actually.
COVID years are fucking me up, man. I got COVID fucking shit. Yeah, I would have sat him for the whole season this year.
What's up, dude?
For sure.
I don't.
They played 17 games last year.
Fair enough.
So 18 weeks.
I literally think you have these people put in place, the systems put in place to do the investigations and whatnot, make the decisions, and you stand and live by it. This woman, an independent arbitrator made a 6-game ruling. I think, as shitty as that sounds, you go with it, man.
It's light though.
In this situation, I think it is light. But
how many times do you see that they go?
I mean, Ray Caruth hasn't played in a couple years.
Fast as fuck, though. There was always Tim's
ready to go too, right?
There was always Tim's fucking go-to fucking slam on NFL players that had a chance and didn't. He'd be like, Ray Caruth, I don't know. I think Tim used to remake Ray Caruth on Madden. Just to get a fast receiver at $200,000 a year. Because he's still in prison.
He's out now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Drunk. Get him on the podcast. We need to start getting guests.
Yeah, man. So Drunk,
where's that redheaded guy from Syracuse? We need him on too. And I want Scalabrini.
I wanted to ask Drunk where he's from. That's all.
He's
saying y'all, so I'm imagining he's a Southern.
Tennessee? I'd say Tennessee. Yeah. So
that was the game. You're drunk. I think you missed. Back. I don't. He might have been here when I said that too, and it was on. I don't know whatever show Stephen A. Smith's on. Not First Take. Is it First Take?
I think it's called Black Man Yells.
Yeah, but anyhow, I was out at the bar yesterday morning, and the one girl, she was like, "This smells like fucking theater," because he's coming back after 11 games, and I think they got to buy the 12th week, and then week 13 they play at Houston. Fucking weird how that played out.
Oh shit! Yeah. I got to at the graphic.
Oh wow, he's in St. Louis. Chris, he's right next to you. Is this Miles? It ain't Miles. Miles doesn't watch our show. Miles also doesn't know how to use the internet.
I don't have a. There we go. Oh, that's not.
Drunk. So a bomb over here in the vest. He is in Illinois, somewhere near St. Louis.
With an S.
Illinois. Is that how you guys pronounce it?
Yep.
Down there? Because you're fucking new?
Yep. Illinois.
Got it.
Illinois.
Do your kids play like video games and shit?
Why did you change the screen?
They're on video games right now.
So my kid the other day called me sus.
This was a topic I was going to bring up for the show last week. Yep.
My kid, he's like, "Daddy's being sus," and I was
it
like,
means you're being suspect. It means you're being,
and I'm like, am
weird,
I
shady?
I didn't know. I had no idea.
Can you change the fucking screen back?
Yeah, I can. I just thought it would be good for overlay so everyone could read it.
That's what the side of this is for.
We don't get
you can see this? You guys can see this?
No, you don't get
the whole fucking text stream.
I can't see the YouTube one.
I can see everything.
Oh.
You don't need to do it for me.
That's what all fire strip clubs are at.
That's actually true.
Dude, I was.
You know a lot about geography. Yeah. So my kid goes. I was doing something. I was making dinner, and my son's like,
"Don't you have a wife for that?"
Dad's being sus.
Right. I was slapped the taste out of his mouth.
Yeah. My kid says it all the time. And he's faster than me, so I can't catch him to slap him, but I would.
Dude, a snail is faster than you.
It's like
I've watched a sloth go faster than you.
Look at the hair on these fucking. Look at the lettuce on this kid.
Yeah.
Tell them what sus means.
No.
I know what it means. It's obviously same thing with people that say sitch. Enough.
Hey,
just pronounce the goddamn
what
word.
checkers means.
Ask your dad if he knows what a diet is.
You know what a diet is?
Hey, ask your dad when I'm in a closet and he says checkers, what does that mean?
Dad, when you're in a closet and you say checkers, what is that? I don't know.
Say what he said.
When somebody's in the closet and dad says checkers, what does that mean?
So when somebody's in a closet and you say checkers, what does that mean?
Matter with you. Right fucking here.
Oh.
Let me get back on here before DCF comes and takes the kid.
Hey, you just hear a knock at the door. Fuck.
I gotta go, guys.
Yeah.
Tell them what sus means.
It means.
Speaking of McFarland, hurry up.
They don't know what sus means. Do you even know?
No, tell us. Learn us.
No, my kid said
sus is weird. Weird sus.
Okay.
No, how about the word is suspect?
Weird.
Okay.
Suspect.
Right.
Kids, man.
Why can't you just say suspect then?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate that. I hate the fucking sitch. No, dude, it's situation. Sure. Which is a word you really don't use all that time, but people are like, oh, what's a sitch? I want to slap people. I want to slap kids.
Totally.
Whatever, 1990s.
That'd be rad, yo.
So back in the 90s, my parents put a new roof on their house, and London almost fucking nailed his own foot to the fucking roof.
Listen,
That would have been
I would-
probably one of the better diets you've ever been on.
I would still be stuck to that roof. I literally probably was one of the only ones that knew how to use the machinery. I had to teach these guys.
Let's get that. You have that completely 180. You were the only one there that didn't know how to use a nail gun or how roofs were put on. Or
Yeah,
what work was.
Really good at things, but like being capable is like not one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
You're not really very
handy capable is.
I know. Like I have tools out in my garage. I know one of them is a hammer.
Melissa uses them all.
Are they all Black and Decker? Anyone?
One of them, DeWalt.
One of them is.
It's called Black and Fucker.
Yeah.
One of them is like some hammer thing, and you'd put nails somewhere with it. I don't fucking.
Sure.
So you guys are doing a new show. I didn't mean to interrupt. So.
Oh well, I mean, no, I mean we loosely had.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to talk about preseason?
Well, I just figured you were asking for topics. I'm like, we went over why the WNBA is getting so much fucking hype. Obviously, Deshaun Watson's a thing. And I'm just like, well, the fucking Bills are playing, so I assumed you'd want to talk about football.
Can I ask a question? If you're going to talk about the WNBA, can I just ask a question about this Brittany Griner thing going on? I don't know if you guys have done this yet. I don't know if you.
Oh, we have
a little bit, yeah. Go ahead.
But I love beating this dead horse.
I'm sorry, we don't have to talk about it. I just
do it.
No, but I know that was the true statement. That wasn't a jab at you. I love.
No, he loved it.
Yeah.
So you are going to a communist country. You're traveling to a communist country.
It's literally the CC.
Where you've been before.
Are you taking anything other than your credit card, your identification / passport, and the clothes on your back?
Zero.
Well, I'm taking another bag of clothes and toiletries and shit. I'm not flying from here to St. Louis to see Baumgarten and bringing weed with me inside the United States. I'm not doing that. Much less fucking Russia.
Yep. And a lot of the stuff that's going on with her. Listen, I think it's a horrible situation. She's being used as a political pawn. She really is. However, rules are fucking rules, man. You go over there and you don't have, you don't know the travel, the things you can and can't take on. Like we can't take more than 4 ounces of shampoo on a plane in the United States.
Yeah.
Right. She knew it.
So if she knew it, why would she do it?
And that wasn't her first time there. She's been going there. She knows.
She probably did it a bunch of times. And now the US and Russia are back in 1987 cockfight. And so they're like, fuck it.
That was the best year for cockfight.
Forever.
So let me ask this then. So that's part 1 of the whole Brittany Griner saga. Part 2 becomes, do you negotiate with terrorists?
No.
Nope.
Right. As much as this sucks for her, you did the crime. Now, they have set forth their decision on your time. We, as a government, cannot give up the number 1 arms dealer in the world.
What was his nickname? We talked about this. Not Dr. Death.
Merchant of Death.
Merchant of Death, yes.
Yeah.
A guy with that nickname, you're going to trade for a fucking lesbian basketball player.
Well, it's irrelevant what she is.
Only makes her hotter.
But you put up that Deshaun Watson picture. That's her anyway. So, so
There's
you
Brittany Griner.
cannot. There's Brittany. There she is. You cannot
wear a helmet. Oh shit.
Whoops.
You cannot negotiate with terrorists in this situation. Donald Trump didn't do it. Barack Obama didn't do it. Bush family didn't.
Barack did. Barack sent like $500 million in U.S. cash to get somebody back.
I said this before, if they do this trade and bring her back for which was an illegal narcotic, which was what, marijuana in a vape thing. I don't know much about vaping, whatever. If that's the case, every fucking low level marijuana sentence in America needs to be fucking gone. If you're in jail for having, you were allowed, you had 3 ounces of weed. I don't know how much that is. How much on an average, if you have an ounce of weed, how many joints would that make? I don't know this. I'm asking.
40?
30. Yeah.
Holy fuck. So it makes a lot.
A lot.
So at that point, it's almost, they say if you have 3 ounces of weed,
intent to sell.
3 ounces is nothing.
So I used to buy.
You would be charged with intent to sell, right?
I buy a Z of the weed that my friend from Buffalo that's on this podcast that's wearing a red shirt, not you, smoked the one time, and he went to Mars in 8 minutes. I used to get like the best stuff ever. It was $300 an ounce. So you'd leave with a ball jar of sticky weed,
and that's an ounce of weed would fit in there.
It was speed weed.
I know nothing about this shit, but anyhow,
so if you are binge drinking and you, what's up?
Your tits are looking nice, Daryl.
They're fat, so fat. Not as fat as you. Your tits are sitting on your third roll of your stomach. Mine are like an average 8.
Well, you've lost like what, 40 pounds?
27.
27.
How many dumps did you take?
No, I'm a mailman.
Whoa. What? You're a mailman?
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah.
Maybe keep in touch, faggot.
Hey, let me check and make sure my phone still rings in.
And I apologize for not calling you yesterday. Just so you know.
They didn't call me either.
I forgot about it. I was drunk.
Okay. All right.
How are you delivering mail while you're drunk?
Oh, this was at night.
Oh.
I had like a thing, then we had to go to thing, then thing, and then thing, and then bed.
Dude, so. I get it, man. I get it. But just honestly, I appreciate, especially from you guys. And I know you guys have like good morals and values and things, but not all the time do I get true like fair opinion. And I appreciate you guys being fair about this, because I really believe that we are putting ourselves as a country into a really, really sticky situation.
Well, yeah. So
I like how you worded that.
Ever is by a gold miner in Alaska, and he says, when the cat's away, the mice will fuck on the table. Like that's
an actual quote.
Yeah, it's yeah, for real. We don't have a cat mentality right now. We have like we want to be one of the mice.
We're the table right now. We're the table right now.
Yeah, right now we're the table.
Yeah, we're the table and the homeowner, and like, hey,
the normal saying goes: some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield. Well, now we have a new one, and
Tony Beats says, when the cat's away, the mice will fuck on the table. Like,
guess what? You guys are the table.
The second that we put weak leadership, and again, I'm anti-government. I'm not anti-Democrat. I'm not anti-Republican. Our republic sucks because of a two-party system. It drives me crazy.
Well, you can vote other parties.
Sure.
The problem becomes is they're not strong enough, because everybody is so hooked up into either being a Democrat or a Republican that they will never.
I want to believe that that's going to change coming soon.
Let me apologize for my lesbian counterpart for interrupting you. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe not in our lifetime, but I think it's going to change.
No, it can never.
It won't.
It'll never. It's been that way for 300 years or
but Tulsi Gabbard was denied PAC money that she was supposed to have simply because she didn't vote along party lines or the party initiative.
Yeah.
Like, so you refused money, so they freeze you out.
You don't think that this two-party system is going away? You don't think that
Never.
the third party is actually gaining some ground and people are finally enough with all the bullshit?
Nope.
Never.
Really?
It can be. I mean, you can talk to people on the street all day long.
The last chance was Ross Perot.
When push comes to shove, they're going to go in there and they're going to, it's behind closed doors. They can say whatever the fuck they want to say. But when they go in there and they close that curtain behind them, they're pulling the lever for whatever whoever they believe strongly in. You know what I mean? Or whoever they're supposed to vote with.
So Ross Perot sunk a lot of his money. Remember him?
Tons of his money.
Yeah, a lot of his money into. So he couldn't get any Democrat or Republican. He was running like third party, right? So he bought a bunch of like commercial space. Spent like $1 billion.
Hey, a fuck ton of money. I remember that.
Yeah,
Probably.
And he's the only reason why Clinton got into the White House.
Because a vote for Ross Perot was a vote for Clinton.
Yeah. So I don't see where I do see a place where what is it called, like invalid. No, the people that believe in God a lot.
Retards.
Evangelicals. Thank you.
Oh,
good word. Those people are going to die off because there's not a rapid replacement of evangelicals.
No way. Because you're going to have the religious zealots with their kids because Catholics don't believe in birth control, and they're just going to keep
doubling up. They're doubling up on the
just dragging these kids into their into their religious nonsense. So religion and politics will never die.
And that's the thing is what we talked about this a little bit at work the other night, and you remember, back in like the 90s, 80s and 90s, when one of your family members was in politics, you were literally groomed as a child. These kids didn't get to go play with their friends. They wore suits. They went to all these business shits and everything. So, grandfather was in politics, the father's in politics, the kids going in. I see that ending soon,
bro. Look at the Kennedys, though. It's gone from fucking Joe to John to Bobby to Ted to fucking right down the list, man.
But I see that ending soon. I really think that cycle is going to run its course and be done. I think third party shit I think it's going to pick up some steam.
There's just too much money to be. There's just too much money to be a good old boy, a Democrat, or a good old boy Republican, and being in there. Fucking Biden, for instance, has been in politics for 58 years. I mean, really, truly, what has he ever done? Like, what has he ever done to?
And now he's
nothing.
Bajillion.
Yeah.
And
and I'm not going to make it political, but I mean, it really becomes. He's been in politics for 58 years. That's why Trump, Trump being just a knucklehead that he is. I mean, Trump is an idiot, right? Let's just call it what it is.
Sure.
But he was never in anybody's back pocket. He never.
You couldn't buy him.
Anybody. Exactly. He didn't owe anybody anything. He did what he did and ran for president because he loves this fucking country.
That was it.
Really. So, until we get people like that, Daryl, I don't think until we get enough people to be like, all right, Trump is an idiot, but I mean, he did the right thing. We had super low inflation.
Mass exporter. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. We had our own fucking oil producing in here, and our reserve was the highest ever. So, until we get enough people to be like, maybe not Trump, but somebody like him.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen, dude.
And the thing is, like, we're looking at this shit too. It's like, look at us. We're pushing 50, right? We got another 15
pounds overweight, both of you guys?
Maybe, yeah. I'm 35, but fuck off.
Thank you.
But
thank you.
You're welcome.
Love you. Love you.
We're looking at like retirement. At like 60-ish, those people are getting somewhat squeezed out of the workforce. It's time to be put out to pasture. Yet here we
Come
are
down the floor.
continually electing 70-year-old fucking people to run this country. I think what is it? The minimum age has got to be 35 to get into to be a president?
Yeah.
43.
No,
Yeah,
40,
43 or 2 or something like that.
When did that
43.
happen? Did they change it?
Kennedy. Before
It's
Kennedy.
been that for a while.
I
Kennedy
thought it was always
youngest, and I think
35.
Barack was the youngest.
I don't care about who's the youngest. I think the minimum age you have to be to run for president is 35.
No, it's in the 40s.
I don't believe that.
I'll bet you one blowjob.
Okay.
43. 43 is the minimum age.
Minimum age. I thought it was 35 for some reason.
Can't be
Anyhow,
that'd be
why
weird.
are we not putting a cap on this? If we're forcing 65-year-old people out of the workforce, why are we electing 75-year-old people that have been in politics for 60 fucking years to run this country?
Well, here's
They're
the thing.
fucking
when
invalids.
the rule came into play. So let's say they put the rules in fucking 1776. Fucking 43 was ancient as fuck. Back then.
Ancient as fuck. That was your Joe Biden's of today. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
Ben Franklin, I think, died when he was like 60 something, and every portrait of Ben Franklin, he looks old as fuck. It was probably all done when he was in his 30s.
According to the Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution, the president must be a natural-born citizen, not Obama, of the United States and be at least 35 years old. So I'm right.
Shit. So I'm
Fuck
blowing
off.
you.
Fuck off. I love you guys, but fuck off.
All right, 2
No,
hours.
I wasn't-
You want to start up again? Do one
Not
more?
really. I can
Run
do
it
a
back.
short one.
Okay.
I got
Run it
45
back.
minutes.
And if you bounce out, then London and I can just
I got 45
I'm-
minutes, and I think I'm going to see what the fam's up to, and we might get rave going outside. Who knows?
cool.
I
Why don't
want to spin some beats, so
Run some beats here.
I can't.
dude, tell me.
What?
All right, I want to hear about.
What?
No, I want to hear about your turntables and shit. I really, I follow you on Facebook with it, and
Do
you
you?
don't really talk about it much. Yeah, you don't really.
Because I don't
talk
do
about it.
anything. I haven't. I have no skills yet. None.
Here's your problem then. Just if I'm going to be your PR guy, Puerto Rican.
Hang on. I want to get comfortable for this. Let me grab my beer and cross my legs. All right. Go ahead,
For
Jay.
years, we knew London as being a phenomenal piece of shit.
Okay.
Like a huge, gigantic piece of shit.
Literally or figuratively?
Probably a little of both.
Yeah,
Both?
I'd say
Okay. All right.
6 in
Carry
one
on.
hand, 5 dozen in the other. But he's a genuinely really nice guy. He's a caring man.
That's what the
Aw.
part that's the part about him that sucks.
So
He's actually
even
a
at the
good
point-
dude.
You like me, Chris?
I love you. I love you.
Huh.
I tell you I love you every time I talk to you. But every time you're being very nice.
Yo, hang
we're
on.
all
Hang on. We got to stop
shell-shocked.
real quick.
Yeah.
Drunk's leaving. So bye, Drunk. Thanks
later.
for hopping in.
Thank you.
Yes, this Biggie picture behind me is a courtesy of Baum over here. He sent that to me. So yeah, we're big Biggie fans, all of us. So
Right
have a
after
good day.
Kobe died, too.
Yeah.
You're welcome. I take care of you. But yeah, so when you're being nice, greater minds would think he's fucking with me.
I know.
Because, like, remember when you're like, hey, that's a nice yellow hat?
That was dick of me. I
So,
can
like-
recognize that. Now, I was insecure about everything in my life at that point.
Sure.
I've grown.
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
you have.
So Buddha London is from a true, genuine place.
Correct.
yeah.
No.
I got 2 little kids, man. I
Well,
want.
I got a letter in the mail from him one day.
I hope it had fucking poison in it.
It did not have anthrax.
That's
That was-
It
that
didn't
would be
have
good.
anthrax.
which both of us were hoping for. But it was 2 signed cards from Doyle Brunson and this
Oh, that's great.
killer fucking like Ace of Spades fucking bottle opener.
Just
Why? 'Cause
was
Lauren's a
thinking
nice
about it.
guy. See?
Yeah.
He's
See,
he's
so-
a solid guy.
You're true
Aw.
proof, my friend,
Thick and thin.
that a genuine
Thick
piece
and
of
thick.
shit
Thick and
can just
thicker.
turn into a nice person. So
Thanks, buddy.
I don't think you get enough credit for how nice you are.
He's kind of like a Venus flytrap.
Yeah. Nice to look at. Nice to put your dick in, but it burns.
A little.
Okay, you guys haven't put your dick in a Venus flytrap. Okay, I guess.
Nope.
All right, we'll come back in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I got to take a quick piss, so.
Yeah, pee break.
And I'll be back. So.
Hey, keep fucking that chicken.
I've got nothing.
Puffy. Oh, baby, there it is.
Oh, I got one of those. Are those? Is that a phone?
Oh, that's nice.